Hi, this is Christina Lockett, host of A Message of Hope television show. I am here today with none other than Dr. Ed Womack. He is a radio personality, a motivational speaker, he's an author, and so much more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Queen.
Yes. And for those of you who may not know him, he's actually from Atlanta, Georgia, but he's in the city of Houston. And so I was like, you know what? While you're in the city of Houston, we need to make sure that you come on A Message of Hope television show. For those who follow me, you have heard him on my radio show, but it's nothing like being in person.
I know, right?
And I thank God for the radio show, but it's different when you're able to put a face with the voice.
Absolutely.
So, he is an author. His first book is Back from Broken, and he just released a new book. Everybody check it out. Use What's Left, 7 strategies to optimize your rebound from setback. I love it. And then not only that, but your forward is by Dr. Ruben West.
Yes, ma'am. God is good. It's Queen Christina. When this book was put in my heart, it truly is a gift from God, because I had a totally different title. I wanted to do something as a sequel to Back from Broken. Mm-hmm. And one of my Black Belt speaker brothers, he said, "Doc, God gave me a word for your next book." And I was like, okay. I'm like, where this come from?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And he said, "Nah, you sure you ready for it?" I'm like, "I guess so." He said, "Your next book is called Use What's Left." I'm like, bruh. It was instant. There was really no extra thought to it or anything. Mm-hmm. And the whole premise behind it, obviously, with my story, with my journey back from crack addiction, attempted suicide, and now being on the other side of that and having learned a few lessons.
Yes.
Like, you know what? I got to pay it forward. Mm-hmm. And so Use What's Left just is a godsend. It's a godsend.
I like that name, Use What's Left, because when you go through so many trials and tribulations, so many challenges, you feel like you don't have anything else to give. Mm-hmm. You feel like everything has just been sucked out of you. But there is hope.
Not only is there hope, there's an opportunity to turn your wounds into workshops.
Wounds into workshops. You gotta pause right there.
I'm gonna say it again. It's an opportunity for anybody out there, even if their story isn't one of addiction, if their story isn't one of a broken home. Mm-hmm. Regardless, everybody. And the thing that really is amazing is that, like you said, as we go through life, mm-hmm. we get caught up in the responsibilities. We get caught up in that I want this or I want that. I started this job or I got overlooked. And we get beat down.
Right.
And when you think about it, at the end of the day, there's some really core principles that I put in the book to help people realize that with the use of 7 easy steps, because rebound is an acronym, and if you start to reinvent yourself, extend and excel, bake it, don't microwave it, optimize opportunities, understanding breeds knowledge, negate the negativity, and then begin to demand your destiny. Girl, stop.
Oh, wow.
You
said that too fast for us.
We're going to circle back to whichever ones you choose, because we don't have time for all 7.
Oh, wow.
But that's going to keep them hungry, keep them coming back, knowing that if they join us every Wednesday morning, right now we're doing a series early in the morning to get through midweek, right at hump day.
Okay.
When, you start getting down, need that little nugget. So, it's anointed. I was able to launch it, and I launched this one in Dallas.
Okay.
And my little brother's church, Destiny Church in Dallas.
I saw that video. Great job. And it looked like everybody was so into it too.
Oh my goodness. But the biggest thing was that I was able to really and truly bless, pray, and anoint this project. Mm-hmm. And so that was because I know the only reason I'm even sitting here with you is it ain't nothing but God.
Yes, indeed.
And His grace and mercy is beyond sufficient. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to be able to pay it forward, because in my favorite book, The Undisputed, #1 bestseller, said the greatest of thee will be a servant. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just trying to stay in alignment. That's all.
You know what? Even though you have that testimony of coming out of being broken, mm-hmm. Addiction and all the other testimonies that you have so many. But I sit here and I look at you and I think about the fact that this was always in you.
Absolutely. And
everything else that's getting ready to come forth, it was always in you. Uh-huh. And all I can think about is somebody watching right now, maybe in the midst of that storm, addiction or whatever. But your greatness is still on the inside of you.
Yeah. And the thing is that this morning, it's funny you say that because I actually did a definition of reinvention, and it says that it's to do over or to make something new, especially when you didn't even realize you already had it in you. And so for you to say that, and you weren't on the call this morning,
right?
And for you to say that, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, come on now, you adding confirmation to the power. Because when I was preparing for this morning, I kind of was going through my meditation, which I do on a regular, you know, and I read it and I'm like, even when you don't know that it's already in you. So for you to say that and to declare that over my life, we're going to declare that over the lives of those that are out there in the message of Hopeland. You got some stuff you haven't even tapped into. And you know, the beauty of it is in the coaching that I've been doing, working with various clients, I've had some addicts, but I've also had some people that are in mainstream corporate America that are looking to, you know, figure out, okay, I know there's something else. I know I'm on the brink of breaking through, but I'm just not sure how to do it. And I feel so empty. I'm like, okay, well, if you merely take the step, take the time to forgive yourself, take a look at those things that people say about you that we often take for granted. You know, that's typically where your purpose is lying. If you start to follow the breadcrumbs of that, because success leaves clues. And so if people constantly come to you asking you advice, or if they're talking to you about different things that you got going on, trying to get some insight, might be included. Your purpose.
That's your purpose.
Your purpose is somewhere up in there.
Yes, especially, you know, people that have that anointing to cook.
Okay. Ooh, come on
you
now.
know,
come on now.
Not knowing that God has a bakery on the inside of you, a catering service, a restaurant, you know, many gifts and talents, because all of us have them.
We all do.
All of us have them.
And the beautiful thing about it, Christina, is when you discover what the gift is. Because I believe there's two important days in everybody's life. It's the day you're born and the day you find out why.
That's good. Yes.
For our note, I know you got note takers out there. But y'all need to write down that. There's two important dates in life: the day you're born and the day you find out why. And what I realized in my journey was that my why wasn't a good job, my why wasn't the big house, the car, travel. That wasn't my why. My why, I come to discover after I lost everything. I mean, I'm talking seriously, broke, busted, disgusted, walking the streets of Decatur without a pot to pee in or whether to throw it out of. I realized when I finally put down the stigma, put down, you know, the bravado stereotype, and said, hold on, wait a minute, I think I got a problem and I need some help. And during that journey, I realized, and I was afforded an opportunity to realize, all those things didn't really sustain me. Right. I had a few coins. I lived in some pretty decent places. I've been around the world at corporate school, but that wasn't, I still had this major hole inside. Jesus. And for that person sitting out there in Message of Hope Land today, I just want to say to you, take the time to step back and free yourself from yourself and just take a look in the mirror, not because of the clothes you got on, but look into your own eyes. Because my mom used to tell me, she said, baby, I don't care what you do in life, but if you can stand before the mirror and look yourself in the eye. That's important. And for the longest time, Christina, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. It took until I was almost 40 years old before I could actually execute on that, what seems simple. It seems very simple, but when you really are trying to be purposeful about it, it's not an easy task if you got some skeletons in the closet. Yes. You know, and that's the thing. Free yourself from yourself. Free yourself from yourself. You know, we're quick to blame others, but sometimes we have our own self bound. We cause ourselves to be limited. When God is saying, no, take the limits off. Take the limits off. Take the boundaries off. I got so much more for you to do. Well, you know what? I love the B. Tell us about the B. So the B is bake it, don't microwave it. It's going to be some people out there at Message of Hope that might not be too keen on this one. But bake it, don't microwave it came from understanding that I didn't get in the situation I was in, and I'm sure a number of our listeners didn't get into the situation or circumstance they're in with a 30-second button or 2 minutes in the microwave. Right. What I came to realize was that there's been a process, and I'm so grateful for the process. I wasn't fond of it at the beginning.
It don't feel good.
It does not. Patience was not my friend.
Mm-hmm.
It was not my friend. But what I began to realize, first of all, in the midst of that baking, I had to get me out of the way.
Okay.
Because, as oftentimes it's said that the truth will set you free.
Yes.
But it can't unless you know the lies that are holding you hostage.
Oh my God.
And so if you don't understand the lies that have been holding you hostage due to the upbringing, the environment that you've been around all your life, the lies that you've embraced as your truth, which I did because coming from the west side of Detroit, I saw ballers, I saw shot callers, I saw hustlers, pimps, players, but that wasn't my reality. That really was not. And so I found myself kind of struggling because I had this affluent set of parents that were like demanding that I be on point, but then I wanted to be hip, cool, and slick and hang out with the G's, So I had this battle going on.
Right, because you want to fit in. Everybody wants to fit in.
Everybody wants to fit in. And I had to realize, like I said, that there was a point where I came to understanding of the why that I was here. And I've always been a bookworm, which wasn't popular on the west side of Detroit. I was a jock, and I'm pretty decent at both. But that just being a jock was cool, but being a bookworm wasn't. So I was walking around with all of this stuff bottled up inside me. I know there's a lot of brothers. I was doing some studying because with my Man Rise Up movement, that's my whole purpose, is to uplift, enrich, and empower men. And so I'm trying to get to understand and know through not only my own experiences, but to do some real study as to, why are we tripping the way that we do on occasion, what appears to be tripping. And a lot of times what I discovered about myself was I was hiding behind the stereotypes that society had put on me.
Okay.
And it wasn't until I got with my coach and he and I started peeling back the layers of the onion, he was like, dude, you made some jacked up decisions along the way, but you got a lot, like we were saying, you got a lot of stuff inside of you still. And the more we began to dig into that, began to peel back the layers, get rid of some of the false bravado, some of the, the fronts.
The fronts.
Because I was girl style. I was stunting. You hear me? Stunting in front. But I was hurting on the inside.
Jesus.
To the point that, like I said, I attempted suicide when I was living in Chicago. And obviously I didn't succeed at that. And you think I'd be done after that right now. That didn't get my attention. So I decided I was going to try crack cocaine addiction. And only by his grace. And I don't say that to glorify it because a lot of people don't make it out. Yes. They either go to jail or they die with that craziness. So I'm just really, really humble. And I knew that he had something for me to do. And so he revealed the why to me.
What's your why?
My why is to serve my brother man. My why is to serve my brother man in truth and sincerity and with integrity. Integrity. And so that's where, me coming forth like my first book, when I began to bear all, it wasn't very popular. And I even had some reservation about it. But what I discovered was all of that stuff that I had suppressed was like boiling like a toxic pit inside of me. And so despite what was going on the outside, where everybody, I even had some of my mom's friends who, I wish my boys were like you. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, you know what? It makes me think about the fact that they say you see the glory, but you don't know the story.
You don't know. Ooh, come on now.
That's what it makes me think about.
You nailed it. That's exactly it. Because we want to do that stuff that's sexy. We want to go speak. We want to be the baller shot caller. Right. And we see people that have attained those status, but like you said, we don't know the story. When you say that one, I'm reminded of Tyler Perry's story. Right. He's a great inspiration to me. Obviously having at one point in time been homeless. And I don't think he had drug addiction problem, but he was homeless. He was homeless, but he talked about, abuse. Abuse, and so it just goes to show, and for anybody sitting out there, you don't have to become Tyler Perry, you ain't got to become Dr. Womack. Just be you. Yes. Yes. Just be you. And you are more than enough. And the reason I say that is because as I refer back to my favorite book, the undisputed #1 bestseller, the Bible, for those of you who might not get it, it says that, and I'm not a scholar, but it says that we are all intended to be parts of the body. So if you're a toe, don't try and be an elbow. Right. If you're an ear, don't try and be an eye. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Yeah. and embrace that lane. You know,
and know that it's important.
It's critical. It's vital. Because if you think about it, if you pluck the eye out, people gonna be blind.
Right, exactly.
You take a leg or toe away, they can't walk right. So if we all get in where we fit in and realize that we are really indeed a part of a greater body, whether that be in our family, in our community, in the world at large, I just get excited when I see people's light come on when they finally understand their why.
Yes.
And part of the point of Use What's Left was to be able to help some people through that.
Okay.
You know, mainly I'm really looking at those that have encountered a setback, because let me see, either we've been through a setback, we in the middle of one, or it's about to come.
Oh, it's about to come.
You know, so I'm like,
you can't run from it.
You can't run.
You can't run from it because the Bible says it rains on the just as well as the unjust.
As well as the unjust.
You know, so you can expect things to happen.
Absolutely. But you can't, and see, the thing is, we can't control what happens to us. We can only control how we react.
That's powerful.
And so the bake it, don't microwave it is part of the reaction.
Okay.
And when you realize that, because I'll be transparent. At one point in time during my journey, I was straight mad with God. Although I had been reared in the church, mom and grandma, they take me, but I didn't have a real relationship for myself with him. And so that was part of the process, part of the baking that had to take place when I finally said, okay, wait a minute, I need some help, I'm toe up.
Right.
And so, God willing, in November, it'll be 10 years of no minor altering substances. So he truly been touching me, you know, and I just really get inspired when I can see that there are people that are hungry for it. And a lot of times my guys, and I'm about to put y'all on blast, y'all don't want to get no help, or we don't want, I ain't gonna say y'all, we won't get help until we hit bottom. And our bottoms are all different.
Yes.
But we'll be out here trying to maintain this image, this macho thing that society puts on us. And sometimes it can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming.
Men get depressed.
Majorly depressed. I was looking at a statistic that said that there's like 65% of men are 65% less likely to reach out to get help for their depression. But they're walking around here committing suicide at record numbers, believe it or not.
And it's increasing.
It's increasing.
It's increasing. But that's because we won't face the issue. We have to expose it. We have to face it. You know, you talk about your first book, Back from Broken, and in that book, you know, you are brutally honest. Brutally honest. And you know, after reading it, I just admired you even the more.
Wow.
For being open and being transparent, you know, because like abuse. Men don't talk about abuse.
They don't talk about
you know, they don't talk about, you know, either physical abuse or sexual abuse or, you know, any type of abuse from that male perspective because they don't want that image to change or to look less macho, like you said. You know, but you talked about it.
Yeah.
You kicked it right in the face.
But you know what, Christina, it was tough to do it.
Okay.
But once I did, it was so worth it because it was almost like an 800-pound gorilla was lifted off my neck.
Yes.
I couldn't breathe. You know, I was walking around holding on to stuff that wasn't mine.
Right.
I was walking around here fronting and stunting like everything was cool on the outside. I was like a chameleon. It was like when I was in my little corporate gig, I was one way. When I was in the hood, I mean, I could roll with anybody.
Code switch.
Code switch. Code switch. What?
Woo. I got my corporate me, my street me.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
right.
Oh, it was amazing. And but on the inside, all along, you know, there was just like I said, this pool of toxicity that was going on, and it just once I was able to again stop and get the help that I needed, began the process of coming back, and I'm still learning.
Yes.
You know, and that's why Bake It Don't Microwave It is so important, is because we didn't get the way that we are, get the situations that we're in overnight. And so a lot of us, especially this new generation, are in this immediate gratification mode.
Quick fix.
Quick fix. Let me hit a button. Let me get a silver bullet.
Right.
This need to be gone like right now. And in some cases that can happen, but that's not a long lasting solution.
And even though it can happen, because I believe that God can instantly heal or instantly deliver, there's still a process after that.
After delivery. Come on.
You know, so yeah, he can move like this. You know, many people have a testimony where, you know, they were caught up in addiction and God instantly took that taste from their mouth. But after that, I still need to deal with the hurts and the issues and the pains that caused me to get in that place so I don't return.
You know, and that's so powerful because that's the truth. And that's really my story. He is yet working on me. And even in this book, in the process of writing Use What's Left, I had to check myself as a parent of my eldest daughter and literally regroup and say, okay, you know what, I can either be right or I can restore a relationship with my child.
Yes, that's important.
And that was not an easy task to do. And again, I don't care what nobody says other than him. So I ain't worried about my image like I used to be. I ain't caught up on the stigma thing. But that was one of the most humbling experiences, and we still in the process. You know, there's still some rough edges, but at least now we're communicating again. We're able to actually have conversation that goes both ways. It's not just me talking at her, we talk to each other now.
That's good, that's good.
And so part of the process was being adult enough to realize, okay, well, you are chronologically the older one, but I've learned some stuff from her in this process. You know, I mean, I grew up with brothers, and so I emulated my dad. Well, you know, I got 3 daughters. The same model don't work. he was like, in a heartbeat.
Yes, right.
And that was good.
And your dad was a police officer,
and
right?
my dad was a police officer.
Yeah,
so he had a 38 on the side of his hip as well. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, you gonna try to rock out like that player? And that just didn't quite work.
Right.
With my daughters.
It's different when you're raising girls.
It's
and then even with the things that you were going through.
Yeah.
So trying to take care of you and them and just making mistakes along the way. But God is good. He is a restorer.
He's so faithful, Christina. You know, I don't even run from the calling anymore. People ask me, so Doc, do you think you have a ministry? I see you in the ministry. I see you as a pastor. I'm like, pump your brakes. I have a ministry. It's called Man Rise Up. And I mean that.
Because it's still ministry, whether you're in the pulpit or you're traveling, speaking, one-on-one, whatever the case is, it's still a ministry.
He said when 1 or 2 are gathered together in his name, there he is in the midst. I ain't no Bible scholar, but I know a few that, you know, are applicable. So yeah, I am a minister of men. I'm a servant.
Yes.
At the end of the day, and I try to posture myself as such. I don't get it twisted. You know, like when we went to Dallas and released Use What's Left, it was such an amazing move of love. 1, from my blood brother, but 2, just from the Destiny Church family. From those, even before we got to Destiny Church, I checked into my hotel and there was this family that was there for this major conference. I think it was called Christ Nations or Christ in the Nation or something like that. A massive movement. And so we're in the hotel, and normally I get on the elevator and I'm cordial, but I don't really carry on a conversation on that.
Right. That's a little weird.
That was way weird. And so this guy, he got on the elevator, him, his wife, and his daughter, Tim, I believe was his name. And so we started chopping up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Am I using one of the principles of the book? Am I reinventing myself?
So
I'm sitting here chatting on the doggone elevator, and so, you know, we bid each other a goodbye after we got off. So I thought that was it.
Right.
So I go down to meet my team in the hotel lobby, and how about him and his family come sit at the table right next to it?
Wow.
And it just started all over again, and then the rest of my crew got into it. We pretty much had church right there in the hotel.
Divine restaurant. Connections, though.
It was so amazing, so amazing, and so I say that or share that because you never know where the encounter is going to take place that really illuminates your purpose, that really gives you that aha moment. And so again, for those of you that are sitting out there, Message of Hope Land, we appreciate you, we love you, but we looking with expectancy.
Glory to God.
For your rebound from setback, because the choice that you make today can make a huge difference tomorrow if you just decide to use what's left.
Use what's left. I love the fact that you said illuminate your purpose.
Yes, indeed.
Glory to God. Illuminate your purpose.
Yes, indeed. The light was so bright. And I hate it because I can't wear any glasses that are not prescription, so I can't wear shades, right? But it's like, man, my future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. There you go. But you know, it's really been amazing because as I look at some of the work that went into creating not only the book but the CD, the video, and the blessings of God. And it's not just a read; it's actually my coach, Dr. Ruben West, and I chopping it up on that one. So he really brought some stuff out of me that I didn't even think I had in me, and I wrote the book.
But you know what? Stir up the gifts.
Exactly.
And you know, it takes somebody else to come in to stir that gift in you.
Yep.
You know, so you can be the best that you can be.
You know, and I really want to deflect that. I receive it, but I really want to deflect that to our message of hope listeners out there, because that's so powerful. When you allow others visibility, when you allow others an ear, when you allow others to see those failures, those setbacks that you've made. And everything ain't for everybody, so don't get it twisted. Don't just go out here shouting all your business to everybody. Everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
But when you can find that confidant, when you can find that coach, that mentor that's going to pour into you with, first of all, the gift of listening. The gift of listening. Don't just come. I tried my best not to just go at people and start spewing. I'm capable, but I've realized that the best opportunity to connect with somebody, because really and truly people don't care how much you know until they know that you care. And on a couple of the youth events that I've been at, to a kid, the biggest complaint they have is, y'all don't listen to us. And I'm like, and you as a teacher, I'm sure you've encountered it.
Yes.
It's like, when they know you care, it's a whole
It makes a difference.
ballgame.
It will shift the whole atmosphere.
It's a whole different ballgame,
Yes.
both for kids and adults. And even for myself, I thought it was just me against the world. Until that day when I said, you know what, I need some help. And help arrived.
You just have to want it.
You gotta want it.
You gotta want it. You know, God has it already provided for us. It's already ready. But He's looking for us to say, help me.
Help me.
And He will send the cavalry.
He's faithful.
Yes, they already just waiting. They just waiting.
They encamped around you.
Yes,
already. They already encamped. They standing in the ready, just waiting for you to stand in obedience and say, okay, use me as you already knew before I arrived here. And when you let that happen, it's almost inexplicable. Because when I think about some of the turning points, there have been so many, you know, and I'm like, okay, what you got next? And I stopped asking what He has next, because he oftentimes tells me or shows me, and I'm like, hold up, can you slow down just a little bit? And next thing you know, it's like I'm going in 20 different directions, and I'm grateful,
right,
and I'm humbled by it, but I'm really, really so grateful. You know, when I was working on the audio and the video, my coach said something that was so powerful. He says, what if we only got what we gave thanks for on a regular basis? What if that's all we had? And as I stopped to think about it, I'm a pretty grateful dude, but when I stop to think about it, it's like, you know, every now and then I get a little lax, and I don't give humility and homage to the things that have happened in my life as often. And I'm pretty focused. I've stayed grinding. I stayed prayed up, but I had to really realize, you know, that gratitude really and truly is critical to this journey. And if you don't give thanks to somebody, I mean, I'm unapologetic about His Jesus Christ for me, but we didn't wake us up this morning.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show right there.
Oh my goodness, we didn't wake us up. You know, people ask me, so how you doing, Doc? I'm like, you know what? I used to say, I used to do the, I'm good. But now I have to let them know, I'm like, as long as I'm breathing, everything else is a bonus.
It's all right.
Everything else is a bonus, no matter what's going on. And every day ain't Christmas up in Dr. Ed land.
Right.
I still have, like you say, once He delivers you or puts you in a placement, the work is just beginning. You know, so don't get it twisted. If you decide to use what's left, it's not a silver bullet, y'all. It's a lifestyle.
Yes, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Yes, well, we have a few more minutes with Dr. Ed Womack. So share with our audience how they can contact you, find you on social media, just book you for events?
I'd be honored to do that. You know, you can go to my website, it's www.manriseup.com. But if I could, I'd like to do something special for the listeners out there.
Okay.
Because I believe that it's a giver's economy. And so if you would like to get your hands on a copy of Use What's Left and a couple of extra bonuses, I believe in paying it forward. I like giving people more than what they get or what they're asking for or seeking. So just simply text the word rebound to 555-888, and you're gonna be blessed real good. I promise you. I mean, you get access to the free Live Your Best Life video library with Dr. Ruben West, who's my coach, Les Brown, world-renowned speaker, and about 60 other folk. And so we just really want to bless folk. And when I was working on the project, he said, "Yo, let's throw this in there." So I said,
"That's good.
I want you to be able to be a blessing to people, because you can only get a blessing when you be a blessing." And so I'm just trying to stay true to that.
Well, we definitely thank you for being a blessing right here in the city of Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
Yes, and by faith we know that God will allow you to make it safely home.
Amen.
And just keep us abreast of all the things that you got going on.
We certainly will, and we look forward to what rebounds are coming. For those of you out there in Message of Hope Land, we can't wait to hear. And I love to hear. I really do. I don't just say that idly. I want to make certain that through either Queen Christina or just hit me direct. I mean, follow me on Facebook. I'm at Man Rise Up, on Instagram as Ed Womack Speaks. But connect with us one way or the other, because the Message of Hope ain't no joke.
Yes.
And I'm just grateful that you had me back. What is the third time?
Yes.
Twice on radio.
Twice on radio.
On TV.
Now on TV.
Oh, they say the third time is a charm. What? The third time is a charm, y'all.
Thank you so much for watching The Message of Hope. We were blessed again with Dr. Ed Womack, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm your host, Christina Lockett. Remember to follow me on all social media platforms, or you can go to my website at www.christinalockett.com.